You're listening to Sweet Scope Podcast with Tinkkz, Cat, and JoJo. They may seem sweet, but they'll pick your head clean off.
What does Mario eat for breakfast?
What?
A Princess Peach.
Welcome to Sweet Scope, Episode 0, our introductory episode. I am your host, Tinkkz, and with me I have JoJo.
Hello.
How are you, JoJo?
Not too bad, not too bad.
And the lovely Cat.
Hello?
How are you doing, Cat?
I am just peachy to, come back on JoJo's wonderful joke there. I love it.
That was pretty good. Okay, so this is just an introductory episode. We're going to let you all know what to expect from our podcast and introduce ourselves to you and hope that you like us and we'll stick around for some more episodes. I'm going to start with Kat, and Kat, I just want you to introduce yourself and tell us all about your gaming.
About my gaming history?
All about your gaming. Just your gaming.
Okay. All right. Do you wanna try that again, Tinkkz?
Nope. I'm just gonna leave that just like that.
Oh, good.
You know what? At this point, they gotta know what screw ups we are. I'm just gonna.
True.
We have tried to start this over and over, and we keep screwing up. So I'm just gonna go with this one. This is our final cut. In fact, I'm not even gonna cut anything. I lied. This is just gonna be a full run through.
Oh man, I'm so sorry to anyone listening to this. You get to listen to us be idiots, but I mean that's why you're here, right?
Right.
So
Exactly. So
enjoy it.
Tell us about your gaming.
I started gaming back on the PlayStation 1 back in the day, as some would say, I started with the oldest game that I can remember is actually Abe's Odyssey, which is like a game that's like so near and dear to my heart. It's a platformer. I'm not good at platformers. I am shit at Abe's Odyssey, but I love Abe's Odyssey. That game, means a lot to me.
I don't really remember that game. What?
It was an indie game by New and Tasty Studios.
Okay.
Super super fun. I really.
It was pretty popular though.
Yeah, it was.
I've heard of it. I just don't remember if I played it or not.
No, it made it quite big. No, it was awesome. I love that game. I played that game like crazy.
So if you were bad at it, then why did
I love it?
How could you love? Yeah.
How can I love it if I'm bad at it? I'm bad at a lot of things that I love, Tinkkz. A lot. Like life, okay? In general. Because the story was really, really it was really interesting and intriguing. The characters were intriguing, the atmosphere. Like they remade Abe's Odyssey and they made it Abe's New and Tasty, right? Mm-hmm. So it's basically a complete reboot. I played it. It was really fun and it made me super nostalgic, but it didn't have that same like scary kind of, off feeling that the original Abe's Odyssey had. So
was there a lot of like fart jokes in that one?
Absolutely.
Okay, I do remember that game.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Of course, that's the part I would remember.
Well, I mean, it says a lot about you as a person. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's pretty good. Besides that, I've been a PlayStation kid my whole life. I grew up with PlayStation. My Xbox One is the first Xbox I've ever owned. I really like that too. I just started dabbling in PC gaming as well. Ew, I know, right? Don't hate me. I love you. Please don't hate me.
No, we're not. There's no console wars here. I mean, I think we'll get to this, but we're all PS4 gamers. But so you'll hear us say bleh to Xbox here and there, but we're just joking around.
Absolutely. No, I love my Xbox. It's great. But besides that, I play a lot of shooters or RPG, like third person kind of stuff. Love the God of War series, pardon me.
Now, do you like it for the boobs or?
I mean, that's classified information, so I'm not gonna tell you, Tinkkz. It's absolutely 100% the titties all the way. Big old titties. No, I love the characters and the story in that game. It's amazing. I recently started playing Bloodborne. That game is hard as fuck. Like
Right.
I'm just gonna throw that one out there, but it's fun. And yeah, that's
That's your
my
gaming.
that's my gaming, Tinks. That's my gaming. I love it. It's great.
Okay, Jojo, tell us a little bit about yourself and your gaming.
Okay, my gaming. I've been gaming for, well, a very long time. First system was probably the Master System, back on Sega, way back in the day.
Sega.
Oh, yeah. And I've literally probably had every console since then. So I went through like Mega Drive, SNES, N64. Pretty much every Christmas came round, and I would just beg my mom for like whatever console was out next. And my mom's like a massive, massive gamer, so obviously
Really?
she complied. Yep.
That's so cool.
Which is awesome. Literally, I think some of my earliest gaming memories were of me and my mom like staying up till 2 a.m. playing Super Metroid on the SNES.
No.
That's amazing because like when I got my mom to try playing Destiny, it looked really similar to me playing Southpaw with my controller upside down when I was drunk. That's what it looked like. No offense to my mom, but that's what it looked like.
No offense to Southpaw drunk Destiny players.
With your controller upside down. So, that's what it looked like. So that's really cool to me, JoJo. Like that's really cool.
Yeah, my mom's awesome. Like, yeah, I don't think I'd be as big a gamer as I am now, if it wasn't for my mom. I mean, even now she's like really big into them. I bought her a DS a couple of years ago, and yeah, it's
We should
awesome.
totally have your mom on the podcast one day.
Oh man.
Absolutely. 100% on board with this.
In fact, you know what? We don't need you. Can you just put your mom here? Because then we
Yeah.
Ooh. Shots
I'll
fired.
see
It was a
myself
your
out.
mom joke and a joke. Like both
Oh.
in one.
Tinks has got it, man. She's a good one.
Yep, that's what I'm here for. Your mom jokes and poop jokes. That's all I'm good for. Okay, so a little about me. I, just like JoJo, owned just about every console growing up. And then my early adulthood, late teens, I'd say late teens, I was real big into Counter-Strike. Started about 1.3 and played a little bit of Source. So 1.3 to mid-Source. I wasn't a big fan of Source, and neither was my clan. I had a clan. I knew all of them in real life. We used to do local tournaments and stuff like that. And they all moved on to World of Warcraft. And that was not really my thing, so that's when I became kind of a single player, back to my roots, and played a lot of open world, third person RPGs. And after a few years of that, I went and tried World of Warcraft again. For some reason, I loved it the second time around. I played it for many years, and then when I was done with that, I kind of did everything I wanted to do in that game. I went back to single player again. Then when I heard about Destiny, I was super excited about it, followed that, went to midnight release, met Resolute along the way, and then here we are today. Oh, and if you're not familiar with Resolute, we'll get more into that in a minute. So yeah, World Cat, JoJo, and Tinkkz, here we are. Now we will talk a little about the podcast and what it will be about, and you can decide whether that's something you're interested in as well. So, the cool thing about brainstorming, I was brainstorming about this introductory episode that we were going to do. And the cool thing about it is when I started typing things out and thinking about things, what I wanted this podcast to be myself personally, and you guys can, of course, chime in and say whatever you want this to become. It really started to change because originally, when the idea came about, I just wanted an outlet to talk more about my passion and more about video games and just sit around with you two and just talk about it. And so my first thought who I wanted to have with me was JoJo. She's always talking video games on Twitter. She has that awesome hashtag a trophy a day that she started. She's passionate like me, so it was a no-brainer. And then we realized that we'd need art for it. So we're like, hey, Kat, come on in here and do art for us. But now it's like, it's super awkward because she's still in our group me chat, and
I
like
know.
she
They
knew.
never bothered to get rid of me. They were like, "Cat, do art and then get out of here." And I was like, "But I like video games too. I'm passionate about video games. I really am. I love art, but I love video games and I love video game art." So
Yeah,
I
and you
mean,
put your name on the logo, so like there's nothing we can do anymore.
no.
So
You're stuck with me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't change it. So you're stuck
Mistakes
with
were
me.
made.
Mistakes were made. It's true.
But seriously, you're amazing. My point in all this before I started getting at Kat was that I picked two of the baddest gamers I know. And I mean this when I say it, that you both just happen to be in Rezo. Like, you both happen to, okay, that's our clan, Resolute. So they both happen to be in the same clan as me. So as I was brainstorming and thinking about what I wanted this show to become, I started changing the direction a little bit. We're so lucky to have such like an amazing family to game with. And whenever we pick up a new game, there's always someone else that's usually picking up that game, and we get to play together and whatnot. And it's a different experience, and it's not something everyone has, I don't think.
No.
And at the same time, it is something that people can relate to if they do have it. So I feel like my vision for this podcast is to really be a clan-centered, group-centered, guilds, whatever anyone wants to call them, and that's the type of gaming that we do and that we're going to focus on in this podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like all of us being in Resolute just played a huge part in how easy we came together, because we played together a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
We just spent a night playing together just to talk and just to hang out and just to kind of toss around ideas and laugh and look at some sweet booty in the tower in Destiny, because I mean, as
oh my god, we did.
Yeah.
as
The
being in
booty.
Resolute, we're going to talk about Destiny. It's inevitable, because that's why the group is together in the first place, is
Right.
Destiny, right? But having that connection as well to Resolute and knowing those people in Resolute, and there's game night, and people are playing Rocket League, or they're playing other multiplayer games with those connections that you were talking about. I think that really does make a huge difference in the gaming experience overall.
Right.
And how it affects your experience as a person. So
Right. JoJo, have you played I mean, I know you have played single player and multiplayer games, but
Yeah.
before Resolute, were you more of a single player game, and then when you joined Resolute, it changed, or no?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, pretty much before Resolute, before Destiny, I very rarely played multiplayer titles. I dabbled a bit in sort of COD Online, and did a bit of the Last of Us multiplayer campaign, but yeah, I was pretty much just kind of solely sort of single player kind of adventure games and stuff. But since Destiny, it's kind of, opened my eyes into the multiplayer world, and yeah,
Exactly. But
it's I find now that when I go back to play Witcher, it's like I feel lonely. I'm like, where are my friends?
yes,
I'm all alone.
exactly.
see, I feel the same way, because I've never played a multiplayer game besides like the two controllers plugged into the PS2 type thing with my
Right.
sister usually.
Co-op.
I
yeah.
never yeah, I never played like a big online multiplayer type game. And my friend said, "Hey, you know what? You just moved. You have better internet, more stable. You should buy Destiny and try it out." And I bought it, I think, 4 days after launch. And I put it in, and I haven't stopped playing since. And I've met some incredible people through Destiny that I'm very, very thankful to know. And like the game, it really, like, honestly, I can say it changed how I look at video games and how passionate I am about video games. And it's really a cool experience. But I was the same way with the single player games before Destiny came along. So
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely for me, kind of video games has sort of mostly been, I suppose, a kind of solitary kind of experience, I guess. And yeah, getting into Destiny and Rezo has sort of shown that that's totally not true anymore.
Yeah, it's just a completely different experience, isn't it? Just
Mhm.
having that community and being excited about the same things. And so I think what we're trying to say is if you don't have a clan, no matter what game you're playing, because we're gonna use the example of Destiny a lot on this podcast. But no matter what game you're playing, get involved in the community and make a group of your own, because the experience in the game just changes completely.
Absolutely.
So just to recap, we are 3 PS4 clan-focused gamers. And we are just here to talk about our experiences and games in general. We will touch a bit on Destiny. We will talk about news, current events in gaming. Maybe have a few games and challenges of our own for each other. So if that interests you, we hope you stick around. Now, before we take off, we talked about past games and what the podcast will be about. I want to talk about what we're playing right now. So, JoJo, you want to start us off? What are you playing right now?
Yeah. So yeah, I've got like a whole backlog of games that I just haven't completed yet, thanks to Destiny. One of those is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I bloody love that game. It's so awesome.
I love that game too.
There's so much to do.
Have you finished it yet?
No, I am so nowhere near finishing it. I've downloaded like the new game plus, and I'm just looking at it thinking, I don't even know when I'm going to get to play that. There's just so much to do. But yeah, it's an excellent game. Just everything about it. I mean, the soundtrack is great. The graphics are just beautiful. The combat. I've got to say the movement is a bit odd.
That's what I found. That's what I found when I started playing it. Yeah.
At first, I thought it was my controller. Like, I was like, maybe my controller batteries aren't working well. Like, I feel like I start moving. I press the button and he starts moving like 20 seconds later.
Oh, dude, I'm with you. I'm with you. I played like half an hour in that game so far. I know I'm bad. I bought it like a month ago and I haven't really had time to get into it. But I played half an hour of it and I'm like, man, this feels clunky to control almost. Yeah. Like, it feels difficult. You know, and the graphics were absolutely beautiful. Like the atmosphere was incredible, but the controls were like
Are you like running into like bales of hay? Like I can go kill a monster, no problem, and then bale of hay, no, forget about it. I'm stuck on it for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Those damn bales of hay. I knew they were going to be the worst enemies in that game. I just knew it from the start.
They're the real boss.
Yeah, it's the real obstacle here.
Okay, what else are you playing, JoJo?
What else have I got? Yesterday I just downloaded the definitive edition of Dishonored. Played that to death on the PS3. Absolutely love that game as well.
I've actually never played Dishonored.
Me neither.
Oh, so good. It features the original Blink. It's wicked.
I was thinking of actually grabbing it. Would you recommend it? Like, what do you think about the story and all that good stuff?
Yeah, definitely. It's got a great story. Characters are pretty interesting. It's sort of got little choices in the game. Like you know how with Infamous you have your sort of two different endings, so you can kind of play either as kind of like the good guy or the bad guy.
Do you want to hear something super sad that I've never played Infamous either? I've never played any of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm sorry. I'm
Kat,
failing everyone.
Are you kind of like a one game at a time? Like, if you love a game, you're gonna play the crap out of that, and then you'll go on to the next one after.
Yes.
Versus, like, okay, I could kind of tell that because that's kind of how I am. So there are a lot of games out there that I haven't played as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, and like working and doing all this other stuff I got going on, it's kind of hard to find time to sit down and play through a game, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, to just sit and play through an entire game, which is like heaven, but like, it's been a while.
So what were you saying, JoJo, until we interrupted you?
So in Dishonored, you kind of have sort of choices that will, I suppose, affect the game later down the line. So you can either sort of be the good guy, and instead of killing all the bad guys, kind of, take them out in non-lethal ways.
Like Fable, kind of?
Yeah, sort of. And it also depends. Also, your actions sort of blah 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 blah. Can't get my words out.
Actions, circumstances. There's words in between those two, but that's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah. Basically, if you kill a load of people, bad shit's gonna happen.
But if you're good, You get the good ending.
Exactly.
Do you find
Exactly.
that you're usually good or bad?
I find that on my first playthrough, I'm normally good,
Yeah.
just because it's a little bit more challenging, because you have to be a little bit more stealthy. You can't just go around kind of killing everyone, so you sort of have to approach situations a little bit differently every time. But then by my second playthrough, I'm just like, I played through this once before. I just want to run through and stab everyone. Yeah,
Plus, you
so
want to
second
get
play-
that extra ending too.
Oh hell yeah, the collectibles, everything, 100% that bitch. Ooh,
Oh yeah, the trophy hunter over here.
Yeah,
hell
yeah.
How many trophies do you have?
Not that many on this account actually. Let's have a look. 1,848 so
Not
far.
that many.
Not that
My
many. Not that
goodness.
many, she
Uh,
says.
Still a long way to go.
Yes. Well, I find when I play those games where the action something something the circumstances, then then I'm always good. Sometimes I'll say, okay, I'm going to be bad this time. Like I can't do it. I don't understand.
Mass Effect. I could never play Renegade Shepard. I
I
could never
know.
do it.
I know.
I could
Me neither.
never.
It's like I don't want to be a bitch.
Right? I was the same way. I'm like, no, but that's mean. I love that character. I don't want to
Right.
be mean to that character.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like I was okay with being mean until it was to that guy.
Yeah, exactly. And then it ruins the whole thing because you're like, no, if I'm gonna play through this, I'm gonna play through as like full renegade
Right.
and just go ham. But like, yeah, no,
I can't.
it never works out for me. I'm too nice.
Any other games you want to talk about, JoJo?
What other games have I got? Man, I've got so many in my backlog that I just have not been through. I mean, Dying Light is a great game.
Amazing game, so fun.
I wanted
Oh
to
my
play
God.
that. I haven't.
Ugh, I mean, you don't even have to do like any missions. Just hop in, grab a crowbar, and just starts bashing zombies in the head. It's just so
Absolutely.
fulfilling.
But even if she says it like that, it's so fun. Like if you get into like a lobby with like four of your friends and you go around beating the shit out of zombies, it's amazing. It's so fun. And then nighttime comes around and then it gets really, really interesting. Honestly, it's
So
such a fun
you
game.
both have it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to pick that up then, because that does. I would love to bash zombies in the face with you guys.
That would be
Oh,
hilarious.
my favorite thing to do is like there are these fences with these kind of spikes sticking out of them, and you can do this drop kick move. So you kind of like run up to the zombies and drop kick them into the fence, and they kind of stick there. And
Just hang out. Yeah, it's beautiful. I know exactly what you're talking about.
hours of fun.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
beautiful doesn't sound like the right term, but okay. What about you, Kat? What are you playing?
I like just started Bloodborne. I picked it up at EB Games and started playing through it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like the gameplay is super smooth.
I love how dark it is. How
Yeah,
you're scared right
yeah.
when you turn it on.
Yeah, and I've screamed like multiple times playing that game, and I'm not that far into it, but I'm really enjoying it. It's very hard. I've never played a Dark Souls game before either.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
And
me neither.
I picked it up on a whim and started going through it, and man, is it difficult! It's so difficult,
Yeah.
but when you finally get past like a part that you were just stuck on, it's the most rewarding feeling in the whole world. It's like, yes, I did that. I did it.
Exactly.
It's great.
Did you guys know I streamed that blind for a few months?
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I
I've
watched
never-
a few episodes of that.
Yeah.
I was there when I first joined Rezo, or before I joined Rezo actually. I first met you. I came to your Twitch chat and said hello.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
I was
do
watching.
remember that.
That was a while ago, but yeah,
It was so ridiculous because I was telling my friends I was going to do it for a while, and my buddy Watts from Warlock School, he said, "What if you're like the best Bloodborne player ever?" And I was like, "Wouldn't that be cool if I just picked it up and got it?" Oh my gosh, I was terrible. People wanted to tell me what to do so bad, and I had mods in there making sure people didn't tell me what to do. Like I wouldn't even let them teach me how to play the game. I didn't look at anything. So for the first half of the game, I didn't even know there were combos you could do. Like, I was so confused. But I was beating bosses. I was saying crap a lot and other curse words and getting really angry, but I was doing it. Yeah, that game is very rewarding.
It's definitely the best feeling. Besides that, um, I've been playing through God of War 3 Remastered. I played that back on the PS3. I played the shit out of that game. I got it on Christmas Day as a gift from my mom, along with my sister and I's PS3 that we shared, and we played through it the whole game. Just sat there all Christmas Day playing God of War 3. It was great. Um, to go back to that game, I've been playing it on stream. It's kind of like a viewer's choice thing. It's been really, really fun. I love hearing people talk about the game while I'm playing it. It's great. I like
And
talking to them.
nostalgia, yeah.
Oh yeah, the nostalgia is crazy. Um, Other than that, I grabbed the Master Chief Collection a while ago, and I just, for the first time ever, I played Halo multiplayer, and I got 3 kills, and I was really fucking proud of myself.
Yes.
That was difficult. That was really hard.
I was always late on the Halo games, so because I would always get the PlayStation first and then the Xbox after. So whenever I tried to play a Halo game, everyone was already so fucking good. So there was nothing. So Halo games have always been like, I've always hated them because I was always so bad at
So
them.
behind.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm definitely bad at it. But like I said, this is my first Xbox that I've ever owned, so I was
Right.
like, they're all in one place. I'm gonna play. And then I played through part of the campaign of the first game, which was very painful to sit through because it's the first game, and it's
Right.
after playing Destiny for months, going back to like the original Halo was like, oof.
Painful.
Oh man, this is really difficult. But no, one day I'm gonna sit down and play through it because I'd really like to go through the campaign because I missed it. It's a great series. I've just missed it.
Yeah, I've been told to read the books. There's people say that the books are really good too.
Really, I might have to do that then. That'd be quite cool. Other than Halo, playing through Alien Isolation on stream as well. Hate it. Hate them for telling me to buy it. It's terrifying. I don't do jump scares. So, of course they said, buy this and play it. And I went, okay. If
You should have known.
insist. I know.
Have
I
you
bought
played
it.
Outlast yet?
Oh my gosh, no, but I watched a playthrough of it. Oh man.
I'm scared.
Oh,
I'm too
it is
scared
so
to
much
download
fun.
it.
It is so much fun.
No,
It's
no,
terrifying,
no,
and I
no.
have to be real. I'm not a baby. Not at all by any. Okay, well maybe a little bit, but like I legitimately had a nightmare from that game, about that game. I legitimately woke up and went, what the fuck? Because it was like an Outlast style, like, asylum dream. Because that game fucked with me so bad. I didn't even play it. I watched someone play it, and it fucked me up that bad. So I don't know if I
No.
can play it, honestly.
I'm a baby, and everyone tells me to play that and Slender, and I'm like, nope, mm-mm.
I think I could do Slender. I think I could do that, but it's not as, like, I guess violent as Outlast. Outlast is so violent. It's so brutal.
See, I don't think I could do Slender just because of the music. Just the way that, like, every time you pick up a note, that music gets even more intense every time, and that's what makes me anxious. I'm like, no.
You know what you should do is just mute it and then play like some really bouncy, happy, shitty pop in the background. put on some Backstreet Boys and then play Slender.
Or One Direction.
You know what? We're not gonna go
Someone's
there.
favorite band.
I mean, maybe a little bit.
Maybe a lot.
Maybe a lot. You're gonna make them hate me, Tinkkz, already. Ugh.
But you're gonna stay because we need art. Don't forget.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm here. You'll have to put up with my shitty One Direction for my art. I mean, it's a fair trade-off. Really, it is. I believe.
It's funny when you were talking about how you played God of War all Christmas, and I was thinking about how many memories of Christmas do we have that we're playing games? Like, if we really think about it. Because
So many.
I feel like almost
All of
every...
them.
Exactly.
Yep.
We're always getting a new console, and that's what... I think the one I remember the most is the Nintendo 64 and Zelda Majora's Mask. I got both of those at the same time.
I still have mine.
You still have your Nintendo 64?
Yep, and
So
Ocarina of
awesome.
Time, and
Yes.
well, a whole
Got-
pile of
Got
games.
that one with it too, and I think I didn't do good at school for the rest of the year.
Yep, I'm with you. I got my PS2. I think that's probably either my PS2 or my PS3 for Christmas was like my favorite memory. I got, like the DS for Christmas as well before we went to Hawaii, so I could play it on the plane, of course. Um, no, now that you mention it, every single Christmas that I can remember has
Right?
had something to do with video games,
Exactly.
which is just like, it just shows how passionate,
We are, yeah.
exactly, like
We
it's
bug our
it's a
parents all
hobby.
year for
Absolutely.
for that one game or console, yeah.
It's funny now because I get the other way around. I get my mum bugging me to buy her the games.
Your mom
She's like,
sounds
"Oh,
amazing.
Yeah.
Pokemon, the new Pokemon's out. Can you get me that?" I'm like, "You haven't
So,
finished the last one, man."
so would you guys buy each other games at Christmas?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. She wants a Wii U this Christmas, so I've got to splash out a little bit. But
That's funny. That's my son. I asked him, you ask your kids what they want to be when they grow up, or your parents ask you or whatever. He wants to be a YouTuber. His words.
Oh, see,
Aw.
he knows what's up. He knows what's up.
He plays a lot of Minecraft, so he watches those videos with it, and so I don't know what his teacher's gonna say when they ask him that though.
You know what? Follow your dreams. Like, just do it, man. Just do it.
Just do it.
Yep.
Okay, Shayla Bow.
Thank you.
Did I say that right? I don't know how to say it.
Probably not, but you know what? We'll go with
We're
it.
gonna go with it.
Yeah.
LeBeouf,
LeBeouf.
LeBeef.
LeBeef. Okay. Alright, we're gonna stop at LeBeef. I think we're all deliriously tired at this point. If you want to connect with us, you can check us out on Twitter at SweetScoped. In our description is all of our Twitter accounts individually. Say hi, tell us what you think of the podcast. Go easy on us. This is our first time and we're tired and nervous, and if you're still listening, I'm sorry.
And thank you.
Thank
Let's
you.
thank them before you apologize to them. Come on. They're here
so,
and they
so
stuck
sorry.
through it, and it's like, no, you gotta say,
you.
we do love you very much.
Alright, so that is it. Until next week. Goodbye. Say goodbye.
Have a great night, guys.
Or day.
Bye.
You don't know when
For
they're
watching.
listening. Jeez. And they're not watching, they're listening.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Dirt.
Please don't keep that in. We need to say like thank you for watching and like good night or
But
listening.
not watching.
Not watching, but
And
listening.
not night, because we don't know if it's night.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to Sweet School Podcast. Have a wonderful night or day wherever you are. Yes,